The Rockets are reportedly interested in signing Jimmy Butler. Jansen, would this make him a top contender coming out the West?
Well, they're already a top contender, let's say that. But they just brought in Melo, right? Bringing in Melo, which is hefty. This is really controversial. He reportedly is willing to come off the bench. Now, Jimmy Butler, that might be too much. I'm not convinced Jimmy Butler is a top 10 player in this league. Maybe top 15, top 20, but does this make them better than Golden State?
Right.
No. Does this make them...
So you want to pursue the trade for the Rockets?
No. Because here's the reason I don't want to pursue it. I like Eric Gordon. I like Gerald Green. I like P.J. Tucker. And for this to go down, guess what, Sean? They're going to have to lose some of those role players. Mm-hmm. I don't know if Jimmy Butler is a great teammate. I don't know if Jimmy Butler maybe he could be a cancer to the team. That's how I look at it. Look what he's putting the Wolves through right now. Doing all this extra stuff. The Wolves gave up so much, if you look at it, to get Jimmy Butler. Right. He's supposed to be on go for this Timberwolves team to make the playoffs and make a deep run. And guess what? He wants out. What happens if things don't go as smooth with the Rockets? Is he going to want out? I think it'll be too much drama, Sean, dealing with Melo, dealing with Jimmy Butler.
Here's the thing with me. I think it's one thing to leave Minnesota because they weren't really a championship contending team because it's the Western Conference. We weren't really looking at them as being a top 5 team.
But that team could grow though, Sean.
They could grow, but look, if you're going to Houston right now with what they had last season, especially going against Golden State in 7 games, you added Jimmy Butler or Carmelo Anthony to that team. Look, I think
but that does not mean that's what people need to understand, Sean. Guys like you, other guys in the media, you guys need to understand this. Okay. Just because you add a piece does not mean it's going to be the same. Oh, we have this. Last year was last year, Sean.
Let's look at
Chris
Paul.
And it's the core of the
James
players.
Harden, Jansen. It's the same thing. Just because you add Chris Paul towards with James Harden and Houston Rockets, it doesn't necessarily mean that they're automatically going to go to the finals.
But Jimmy Butler isn't on Chris Paul's levels, is what I'm coming out and trying to say. They just added Melo. They're going to have to adjust to that. It's the team chemistry. And if Jimmy Butler's going to play on the team, like I said before, they're going to have to get rid of some guys. You just signed Clint Capella to a big deal. What happens with him? Can they even afford him?
They're still going to have those 5 players. Of chance. You're still going to have a James Harden, a Chris Paul, a Jimmy Butler if they sign him, if he's on the team, a Carmelo Anthony.
They're going to have to trade for him.
Capella.
They will have to trade for him.
But you're still going to have your 5 main guys.
My thing is this: I don't even know about Clint Capella, Sean. I don't even know how good he is. My thing is, how is he going to play with the contract? Is he going to get a better offensive game? Because he hurt them in Game 7 last year.
I understand that. If I'm Houston,
he did absolutely nothing offensively.
I would try to sign Jimmy Butler because look, we understand bringing in Melo brings more of the offense production. Having Melo also, he's a little bit lazy on defense. He's later years of his career, he's never really been great on defense.
You talking about Jimmy Butler?
I'm talking about Carmelo Anthony.
Okay.
But I'm saying get rid of Trevor Ariza. Jimmy Butler, I think he's better than Trevor Ariza.
He is better than Trevor Ariza. I agree with that.
He's one of 2 players who actually has more steals and fouls in his career. That's amazing. Other players were John Rondo, for those that didn't know. But he can fit that role that Trevor Ariza had, and he also scored over 23 points a game, something Trevor Ariza didn't do.
It is good, but what I'm saying is this, Sean. Offensively, they have James Harden, right?
Yeah.
He's doing a good thing. Chris Paul, I didn't think it would work at first, but it started to work. They gelled right.
Working.
My concerns with this Rockets team isn't Jimmy Butler. My concern is this, first of all. You got rid of Ariza. That was a mistake. Ariza was a really good component to this team. I'd rather have Ariza than Carmelo Anthony because there's a defensive liability with him. You need defense in the Western Conference.
You do.
So that's a mistake right there. Next, okay, Carmelo Anthony, how is he going to fit offensively with this team? That's another question right there.
Coming off the bench.
Will this affect Eric Gordon? Will this affect P.J. Tucker? How will it affect these role players is what I want to see. Right. I want to see what the Rockets could do off the bench. Mm-hmm. Off the bench, backup point guard position. That's what I'm more worried about. Can they get some low post presence, some scoring? That's what they need to worry about. They don't need to worry about this Jimmy Butler trade. What needs to happen is Minnesota needs to figure out ways, which reportedly Tom Thibodeau, he doesn't want to get rid of Jimmy Butler, figure out ways to keep Butler on the team. Because you have Towns, you have Andrew Wiggins. Yeah. This could be the team. You just have to be patient. I like Teague.
Yeah. I understand that.
It's a pretty good team. They gave up so much. They have to make it work.
Yeah, I understand that. Last thing, if I'm D'Antoni and I'm in the front office for Houston, I'm trying to get Jimmy Butler. We talked about the defense. Trevor Ariza is going. Jimmy Butler can replace that, if not better on defense, Jansen. I'm trying to get Jimmy Butler on my team. Again, I understand you don't have to be so much focused on the offensive side, but he still scored over 23 points. The biggest thing is this. You can also go, it's a rotation. You can have one of these guys come off the bench. Most likely Carmelo Anthony. If he wants to have pride enough, come off the bench, that's good. I just think Adding Jimmy Butler towards the Houston Rockets, I think it makes them a serious threat to Golden State. So
Okay, well, let's agree to disagree.